Welcome to Business Line's State of the Economy podcast, where you'll find insight, analysis, and the story behind the numbers.
Hello and welcome to Business Line's State of the Economy podcast. I'm your host S. Ronendra Singh, and in today's episode, we'll be talking to Sanjay Gopalakrishnan, Senior Vice President of Electric Passenger Vehicle Business, BYD India, the subsidiary of one of the world's largest electric vehicle makers. BYD, which is headquartered in China, has sold 526,000 electric vehicles in the last quarter of 2023 around the world, surpassing the number of even Tesla that sold around 4.84 lakh EVs during the same period. In India too, BYD is getting traction even though it is selling in limited numbers because of not getting homologation in India. The company sold around 22,000 units last year in India with only two models, the E6 multi-utility vehicle and Atto 3, which is an SUV. On March 5th, the company has added another segment to its portfolio, the SEAL sedan, which is priced between Rs 41 lakh and Rs 53 lakh ex-showroom. The BYD SEAL is a high-performance electric sedan with cutting-edge E-Platform 3.0 with rear-wheel and all-wheel drive options, advanced suspensions, and a 3.8-second 0 to 100 km per hour acceleration. And it has a 650 km range, which is the highest ever range offered in India by any other manufacturer. The company has already received bookings of 200 cars in the last few days, and BYD is in India since 2007 with two plants in Chennai, and until last year it was selling only the E6 with a very limited numbers. The company has invested around $200 million so far in India and is expected to invest more once it gets the homologation of its vehicles done in India. So without taking any more time, let's talk to Sanjay for more details. So welcome Sanjay.
Thank you.
To start with, I just wanted to give a perspective from you on the Indian electric vehicle market, right now, which is also getting in a very good traction, especially in the passenger car segment, and what BYD's role is also pretty much important. So you have a multi-utility vehicle, an SUV, now you have a sedan also, which was launched today. So how do you see the market in future for this sector, and also if you will be launching a small electric vehicle in future to get in more into the mass market also?
So I think the EV industry in calendar year 2023 touched almost 93 to 94,000 units, a growth of almost 90%. In calendar year 2022, the total EV industry was around 48,000 units. So the penetration went up from almost 1.4% to 2.4%. Going forward, calendar year 2024 on a higher base, looks like the growth is going to be 30 to 40%. Which means we might touch close to 1,20,000 units by the end of calendar year 2024. Could be plus minus, but roughly this is what we are looking at. And I think as per the government projections and a lot of industry estimates, the passenger vehicle industry, which touched 4 million units in calendar year 2023, is maybe at a growth rate of 5 to 7% per year. By 2030, we'll touch 6 million units. If the 5 to 8% growth continues, 6 million units. And if the government projections are 30% penetration of EV, four-wheeler, which is the optimistic outlook which government is looking at, which means you will have 30% of 6 million units, which is almost 18 lakh EVs in 2030. But that is maybe a very, 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 very high optimistic projection by the government. Yes, they are striving hard. All the OEMs are also in that play. They are also striving hard. Even if a 15 to 20% penetration occurs, still we will have almost 12 lakh to 15 lakh EVs annually. So which means we'll be selling 1 lakh EVs. India will be the market of 1 lakh. Currently, which is 7,000, will go up to almost 1 lakh EVs per month. That's the kind of projections which India is looking long term. BYD wants to be a long-term player in India because India is a long-term market. So BYD wants to be a long-term player in that market, and we want to be a part of the EV ecosystem. So, and BYD Global is also considering India as a long-term market.
What about on the small car segment? If you
see, currently I cannot say the exact dates and times, but definitely whenever the appropriate time comes, we will come back to you. Yes, potential is there. Plus, BYD Global portfolio has many products, so we will come back at the appropriate time. Yeah.
And in terms of sales, BYD became the largest seller of EVs globally, and even ahead of iconic Tesla. So, what fueled this rush, and do you think we could do this similar in India in the near term, or?
See, I think, globally, if you see overseas market, I think wherever we are entering, we are becoming number one in a period of time, depending upon the market characteristics, depending upon the market situation, depending upon the local policy. So wherever BYD is entering, we are becoming number one. So similarly in India, it's long market because the market situation is different, the economy is different, the consumer profiles are different. Car density per thousand is also different compared to even some of the developing countries. So I think it's a long term. We will definitely wait, and we hope to be the top leading players in India in the near future, in the long term. That's what our goal is. We cannot comment a particular date or a time, but definitely we want to be the leading player, because if BYD wants to be globally number one, India has to be a big market for us.
Right.
Yeah.
The Seal which was launched today has a very competitive pricing, in the sense it has competition in premium as well as for entry level luxury car segments. So how important would this be for your journey ahead?
With the BYD Seal, we want to create or set new benchmarks, EV industry as a whole. BYD being a leading technology player, we have got some of the advanced features in BYD Seal in terms of technology, the cell-to-body technology, in the safety features, and the ADAS systems. So we want to set some new benchmarks in terms of performance, in terms of luxury, in terms of the whole entire EV as a car. That's what we are looking for with BYD Seal, and it will also help us in creating a premium aura for the brand. We'll be known as a global technology premium brand with BYD Seal. I think that is what it will do, because globally that is what it has done for BYD as a brand. So I think that will also happen in India.
Right. So not only Seal, but also your E6 or an Atto was also very competitive pricing. So do you want to stay like this, or would you be making more luxurious car segment, or maybe in the price bracket of 1 crore plus?
See, we are currently in the 30 lakh category.
Right.
I think BYD globally has entered, has launched many new brands, various price points, different brand points. For example, the Denza is there, the Yangwang is there, the performance sedan which we launched recently in the Geneva Motor Show. So there are multiple models, multiple brands available. Currently, we will stabilize with these three models, MPV, SUV and the sedan. And we'll see when to bring more models from which portfolio and which stable.
Right.
Yeah, that will depend on how the market is growing in India. Hopefully, we feel that inflection point will happen sometime and the EV market will grow.
Right.
We will see how the market happens.
Right. Yeah. So you sold over 2,000 units last year, as per reports, and also by the Transport Ministry Vahan report. So how many EVs have you sold so far in India? Do you have any total numbers that you?
I think this is as per the Vahan data. That's what the last year we sold. I think so much close to that.
No, but this limitation, is it due to the not getting local homologation in India? And
it's basically we sell it as per the ECE certificate.
Right.
So once we have the Atto, we are getting the homologation certificate for the Atto 3. So once that is got, then the number limitation goes away.
Okay, so when do we expect that?
It will happen anytime soon. All the tests are over. We're waiting for the final certificate.
Okay. But you are also very conservative in terms of advertising or marketing your products. I think people know about BYD, through, I think, word of mouth right now. So when do we see you kind of getting promotions or promoting the cars or getting?
I think everything needs time. So we are building the brand through word of mouth, because I think EV is a new technology. So I think we need to build the word of mouth and referrals, customers, current existing customers using BYD. So I think we will do that slowly, and at the right time comes when you have more models, more products, more demand, then I think we'll get into all those.
But BYD also doesn't enjoy any government schemes like FAME or for
the FAME doesn't apply to
auto PLI. So
the FAME doesn't apply to vehicles above 15 lakhs. So it doesn't apply. Whether it's any OEM, if the price is above 15 lakhs, it doesn't apply.
For fleet, I think there is a FAME scheme.
It's only below
for the
15 lakhs. Below
Okay.
50 lakhs. Below 15 lakhs ex-showroom.
Okay.
So only models like Tigor or some of the models, low price models, actually in the fleet are eligible for FAME subsidy.
But since you're getting the homologation also done in India, so what kind of manufacturing expansion plan do you have?
The
in India?
homologation doesn't mean that we should have. So we will see how it works. No comments on that. But homologation is basically to cater to our volumes for the Atto 3. It will give us more flexibility in terms of giving more cars to the customers. We will not be fixed by the 2500 number.
But globally, BYD's battery blade
Yes.
technology is known, and I think many of the global manufacturers.
Yeah,
are also
globally we
getting
have a
from there.
tie-up with multiple manufacturers
Yeah.
like Daimler, Toyota. They are all started purchasing batteries
Yeah.
globally. We have a subsidiary called FinDreams.
Yeah.
It's a subsidiary of BYD.
Yeah,
They provide battery technology to some of these companies.
right.
That's
So-
a global tie-up.
Yeah, but those kind of types are not coming into
It's
India.
only in globally it is happening.
So nothing so far in
Yeah.
India or in talks.
Global types. That's all global types. Yeah.
Okay. All right, Sanjay.
Thank you
so
very
much.
much. Thanks
you.
for your time.
Thank you.
Sorry for the wait.